Alright guys, it's John with Backyard Eden, and today in this video I'm going to show you how I transplant my pepper plants. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so we're back here and I'm showing you something super simple today. It is how to transplant your pepper plants. Now, there really isn't a lot to it. It's actually fairly simple to do. And regardless if you're using the bulk method that you can check out right here, or if you're using the double cut method that you can check out right here, it's super simple to do. Now, I'm a guy that doesn't like to I don't really want to cut plants. What I mean by cutting plants is a lot of people will go through, and if they've started their seeds in whatever container like this, right? These are the red roaster peppers. There's an Italian bullhorn style pepper, and a lot of people will just go in and say, okay, well this middle plant is doing the best because it's the tallest. Okay, pardon the noises there, but the sound effects. But they'll take the rest of these and they'll just cut them. Now, I don't do that. Now, the reason for that is, look, initially, if you only start 1 cup, which I did, because I start so many different pepper varieties, I only start a cup of most of them. Now, some of them I start in the bulk method and I'll have several plants at the end. But this particular one, I only started 1 cup. So if I were to take this and say, okay, this top plant, this middle plant is the best, trim all the rest of them out, then what happens if this middle plant doesn't do well or it dies between now and transplanting time into the garden? So what I like to do is I like to take them and I like to separate them out. So there are 5 plants in here. They'll be transplanted into 5 cups, well, 4 cups in this one. So it's really super simple to do, so let's get to it. Alright guys, so right here I have the cups that I'll be using. It really is no difference to what they are started in. The double cup method, they will be transplanted back into the double cup method. 1 cup has holes, as you can see right there. I just simply go around and I put a hole, I rotate, I put a hole, I rotate, put a hole, and rotate, put a hole. Now what that does, guys, is it does 2 things. It allows your roots to actually grow through the holes, and you can still transplant it from this cup into your garden without disturbing the roots too much. Now what it also does is once you put this cup into the other cup, you can do it like that by alternating, which gives you a deep reservoir down here. And what it allows you to do is it allows the roots to go through and get the nutrients that you're giving them. So in my case, I'll be giving them either compost tea or some organic water-soluble fertilizer into the bottom cup, and they'll be able to get their nutrients from the bottom on their own. So let's get to it. Now, as I've said before, I'll be doing this with the same mix that I use for starting some seeds or starting some plants and or transplanting. This is the Kellogg's organic potting mix. I've added some perlite and some organic fertilizer by Eco Scraps. All I'm going to be doing is using this mix, and I'll show you what I do. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put just a little bit in the bottom. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, that's probably not enough soil. What are you going to do now? I'll show you. So I'm going to get just enough soil in each one of these, just like that. Just like that. And this one was left over from yesterday. I actually didn't I transplanted some peppers yesterday. but I wanted to do an in-depth video about it. So I'm going to take this and I'm just going to dump some of it out to the level that I want. Now, I'm going to slide my soil back, and I have my cups. Okay, really super simple from here on out. So this cup has 5 plants in it. So you can call me old-fashioned, you can call me soft, or just a nice guy, but I'm not going to cut them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to, just for my sanity, just for my OCD, I'm going to leave this big beautiful plant right here that's in the middle, I'm going to leave it in this cup. Okay, so I'm going to take my favorite tool to transplant, and that is just a plastic spoon. I think this one was probably from Dairy Queen or something like that. Really super dumb, but it really works. So you want to take your spoon, and I'll show you the roots coming through the holes in the bottom. If you can see the hole right there, that white that's touching my finger, that is the roots. This one only has 2 slits, but there's roots right there. That's how you know it's time to transplant. So let's take the spoon, and we're going to simply pull the other ones out, just like that. Okay? You are going to disturb the roots of the rest of them, but it's really not going to be that big a deal. So if your plant is smaller like this, you can probably go ahead and put some more potting mix in your cup. But if you're going to be transplanting something to the size of the one in the middle, you would definitely want to leave your potting mix a little lower in the cup. Alright, so here's the cup. As you can tell, guys, here's the cup. Here's the plant right here. Now, what I will tell you is these plants are pretty durable. Obviously, you don't want to break the stem, and you try not to disturb the roots as little as possible is what you're really wanting to do. So what I do is I just hold the plant. You can hold it by the stem, or you can hold it by a leaf. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this cup that has this mix in it, and I'm going to simply add in some of this Eco-Scraps fertilizer that is specifically for transplanting. It helps to get your plants off to a good start. I'm going to take my spoon, and I'm just going to simply mix that up into the cup. Just like that. Now, I'm going to take my cup, and I'm going to make just a simple little kind of crater in the middle. I'm going to put my root system into that crater, and I'm going to hold it up straight. You can plant peppers a little bit deeper than they are initially. You don't want to plant them too deep. They're not a tomato. Tomatoes can plant pretty much as deep as you want, and they'll root along the stem. Peppers aren't going to do that. They're going to root. They'll send out a little bit of a root at the very bottom of their stem, but they're not going to root like a tomato. You want to backfill around the plant and kind of help it to stand up straight. Keep backfilling until you get it to where you need it to be, and then you're going to take your fingers and lightly press down. Just like that. Now, if you realize you need some more soil, add some more soil. It's not a big deal. Do it until you feel comfortable and until you know that the plant is going to be in a good position to be healthy. Just like that. I'm going to add just a touch more on this other side, just to kind of help it stand up nice and tall. And that is all there is to it. Now, at this point, you do want to give it a nice little bit of water to get it watered in, and then you want to get it back into your grow light setup. So, you also want to make sure you label. So, red roaster. I started on 12/19. I always put the start date that I originally started the seeds, and then I always put the transplant date. So today is 1/25. There you go. 1 down, 3 more to go. Same thing. Take your spoon. You want to try to get underneath the root ball and lift it out just like that. Okay? A little bit of of the organic Eco Scraps fertilizer for transplants. I'm going to mix it in. You're going to make your little well, and then into the well with the roots. Just like that. Then you want to take your soil and backfill. All I mean by backfill is you just want to fill in around the plant. And then you want to take, what I do is I take my fingers, kind of like making, you know, giving the 2 sign here, whatever you want to call that, deuces, whatever, okay? And you just want to simply press gently around the plant to firm it up. This is just going to help it have a really good foundation in the soil. You're not trying to pack the soil down or anything like that. And there you go. Make sure to label. Alright guys, so that is really it. That is all there is to the transplanting of the pepper plants. As you can see, they're all in their own cups. There's 5 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 right there. The biggest plant is now not too much bigger than the rest of them because I did plant it just a little bit deeper, and you can do that. What that's going to do is it's going to help it be a little bit sturdier. Alright guys, so that's pretty much it. That's all there is to transplanting your pepper plants. Just remember guys, when you're transplanting the peppers, you know, they are pretty durable. You don't want to disturb the roots too much, or you definitely don't want to break the stem. If you break the stem of a pepper plant or tomato or really any sort of plant, that plant is a goner. So, you know, unless there's some other growth on that, but that's a different story. We'll talk about that a different time. But if you break a pepper plant stem or a tomato plant stem, it's better to just go ahead and throw that out and start over. So if you have any comments, questions, or suggestions, go ahead and pop them in the comment section below and I'll get back with you. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Be sure to share it with your friends. Remember guys, I'm going to take you through every step of the way in planting peppers. So the next step for these particular plants, they will not get transplanted again. They will stay in these cups until it's time to be transplanted into the garden, until it's time to be put into the garden in their homes. So, but you will get to see that. You'll get to see the hardening off process as well, as a lot of people struggle with that very part. So, if you haven't already subscribed to this channel, go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and click the little bell icon beside the subscribe button. And what that'll do is give you an email every time we put out a new video. If you haven't checked us out on social media, go ahead and do that now. Go ahead and check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Pinterest. Give us a like over there. And if you haven't checked out our website, go to www.backyard-eden.com. And as always, guys, this is John with Backyard Eden. Have a great day. Hey, you made it to the end. Awesome. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed already, go ahead and do that right below this video. And please, if you enjoyed it, share with your friends. and I hope that you come back and continue to watch our content, and also have an awesome day.